Mr. Chairman, I have a statement here to the committee signed by Christopher DeLacy on behalf of the Coalition for More Efficient Ports dated today, and I'd like to ask that it be admitted into the record at this point.
No objection, be entered.
Thank you so much, Admiral Busby. Let me just quote a few sentences from this letter for the Coalition for More Efficient Ports. For MARAD, we believe a port-specific infrastructure program at the Department of Transportation is essential. We urge the subcommittee to work with the Secretary and the MARAD administrator on developing a port-specific infrastructure program. They conclude on the second page of this letter, unfortunately, traditional federal infrastructure funding programs are generally not comprehensive enough to support the size and scale of the investments needed at U.S. ports. I'm told there's a backlog in current port infrastructure projects. Is that true? And clearly you haven't had a chance to look at this letter, but what do you think of it at first blush, Admiral Busby?
Thank you, Senator, for the comment. We have no shortage of good projects that come in every year to take advantage of Tiger grants and infra grants that my office handles from the port side. So we have to turn away many more than we get to fund. So I would say, in answer to that part of the question, there probably is a fairly large backlog of port projects. Obviously, our ports are entryways to our economy. They are critical to our economy functioning correctly, and they have to function efficiently and effectively to do that. That would suggest that we have increased emphasis in that area going forward, especially as many of our larger ports are aging and our infrastructure is aging, and we need to keep that efficient, especially with the larger ships coming in. We need to kind of keep a very close focus on that.
Are they making a good point about the traditional federal infrastructure programs not being comprehensive enough in size and scale?
I can't say that that is specifically true or specifically false. You know, just last year in Tiger IX that I participated in, we granted, I want to say, 3 fairly large projects, including one in Baltimore just up the road that's going to be quite extensive to expand, take the old Sparrows Point site. So difficult to say conclusively. We still have avenues that we provide funding to ports with, but of course, anytime you have a specific program for a specific purpose, you know.
You wouldn't object to a port-specific program, would you?
I would not.
All right. Let me also just ask you, with regard to the Maritime Security Program, I think you agree this program is important to our nation's strategic sea lift capability. Explain how the stipends received through the MSP work, and if participating companies were to leave the MSP, what negative effects could that have on the U.S. merchant mariner workforce?
Thank you, sir. The current program is authorized for 60 vessels, with the programs authorized at 300 and funded at $300 million. So that equates to about $5 million per ship, per stipend, per year. That is to help offset the differential, operating differential that U.S. flagged ships in comparison to a similar size on a similar run international ship. It's between $5 to $7 million per year.
Is that adequate?
It's right now. Our operators say that plus cargo preference keeps them operational. If you were to take away one or the other, our carriers tell us that they would not be able to continue forward.
Thank you very much. And Mr. Chairman, thank you for your indulgence.